Everyone. No, it's a change. Don't be goddamn. My content for everybody. That's okay. No, for real, it's not. It really is not. All the evil lie. You can save the drama for your mama. No, it's Jay told me. Go pray somewhere, goddamn. We may not pray the same, but hold on 1 second. Honestly, even if Shay to stay my goddamn lane. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. I would never put myself in a situation of hurting me because someone overlooked me or blackmailed me or had malicious intentions towards me to manipulate me against me. I would never hurt myself. I'm far from paranoid. That energy is different. Never not one lie was told when I actually meant what I said that day. An experience I actually endured. Regardless of what he say, she say, got to say about me. They can't walk in my shoes, understand what I overcame. Standing before myself that they understand my reflection. I was truly worth it. Hold on 1 second. I ain't have to do nobody's life. I wanted everybody around me to actually elevate and win. But certain folks wanted to keep me down and see me frown, but God maintained my smile. I bothered certain folks training though when it comes to their mental health, but they had to project spoken in a toxic way. So I could become my worst cynic, but hold on 1 second. God said, hold on 1 second, not another day. You understood that last testimony where you stand before yourself today. Self-love looks good on you. Get to be patient with you when it comes to your growth. Everybody has to be part of your journey, regardless of what community you in. But you won't continue to represent who you are, because I'm your reflection. You know, I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When I say my heavenly Father, my heavenly mother God, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I say this respectfully. I hope all is well on your end, and I truly hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter, you're worthy. When it comes to my creativity, I do not work with anybody, and I never did. And I never gave nobody permission to use my creativity as their own. And I say that respectfully, to make money off of me or my life experience. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Today is currently May 14th, 2025. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race or an overnight process. No, it's a chance over me. No, for real. It's a purpose only. You was minding your business with the minding your business, and you was going through your little emotions within your emotions, whatever keeps me going off you coming and going. But you decided to go get your hair done. No, it's a chance over me. Go to the barbershop, get your little haircut, or whatever keeps me. You ever realize how good you look after the fact? That's me. Oh, you ever felt like you was a little under the weather because someone that understands your weather, overcoming the storm? No, it's a change on me. I wasn't there for too goddamn long. I choose me not to overlook me. Goddamn motherfucker, you ain't for me. No, it's really a change over me. A motherfucker would kick you down when you trying to find balance within. Even days when you get lost in your goddamn words. But hold on 1 second. Being patient with you is the best thing. No, it's a change over me. You get all that courage, like the confidence start to kick it out of nowhere. Like, damn. Hey, I got my own little two-step. Regardless if I got a dollar in my goddamn pocket, I'm going to be okay. No, for real, bro. Motherfuckers would kick you down to the point where, you know what? When you start choosing you, not to overlook you, a motherfucker would never understand, damn. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I'm very so much thankful I didn't overlook me. Because you didn't choose me, motherfucker. Have a nice day. No, it's a trade though for me. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Wow. Respects up, hates down. Respects up, hates down. Respects up, hates down. I'm misunderstood, but I'm loved by you. I'm far from a copycat. What about you? I wasn't that way when it came to that mother and father. It was a heartbreak. They would never be able to understand how to truly fix the goal within. Because damn, someone lacked self-control. When it came to their mental health, hold on 1 second, what a disaster. Someone would never be the same. Imagine grieving for someone that you truly love. Only to realize the hold on 1 second, they would never wake up, love. It'd be the train of thought for me. Their last words was, Mom! Dad! Even a step pops or a stepmother at the end of the day that truly actually love, how that true love can actually last. The unconditional love, a bond that folks can't relate to. Hold on 1 second. They had good days, bad days, misunderstanding days, but hold on one second, they was always there to protect that baby. Someone lacked self-confidence. Someone was going from point A to Z to enjoy the world, but who would have knew? Someone tried to shortchange somebody of a life that day. A mother and father would never understand that point of view. They would never understand to sit in your shoes. They don't forgive you at the end of the day because it's going to take them some type of time to understand their healing process. Things will never be the same. They endure trauma and pain. Wow. You know, certain mothers and fathers don't care about their children. Well-beings. Good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. And I say that disrespectfully. They don't. But it's a mother and father that actually love their baby. How the tears was actually real. It was never manipulation for a camera view, time and day, because they wasn't doing it for clout. The energy is different. They wasn't looking for the comments. They just wanted their baby back. It didn't matter how old that person was with the trigger that day. Nah. They would never understand the conversation that person was having with them. Why? It's time to take a moment to get their mind right. It just became a reality how their life truly changed. They feel like they got to start all over. Their digestive system ain't going to be the same. Imagine waking up trying to call somebody that's not there. All you get is their voicemail, only to hear that, hold on one second. They got you reminding yourself to keep it real. Always be yourself. That last conversation, who would have knew that was your last hug? Loving your baby. Saying it's your fault. Saying it's your fault. Saying it's your fault. Saying it's your fault. If I would have did things a little bit different, if I would have handled a situation a little bit more mature, if I would have actually sat there and held off a little bit more time, would you be in this situation today? How this type of stuff actually happens when someone starts to beat themselves up when it comes to pain. Peace and respect, your neighbor. Stop the violence. It's funny how when you talk about stop the violence, folks put you in competition when you wasn't trying to hurt your neighbor. You just saw something. Hold on one second, that God showed you a vision. It shouldn't be so dysfunctional in the world that we live in. It's supposed to be peace and respect. So respect your neighbor. Just stay in your lane. How folks be competing with each other regardless of their culture, religion, let alone sexual orientation, let alone disability. Folks be doing stuff for likes and views or clout chasing. Just to sit there and sex about their free will. How this type of stuff actually happens every single day. How the innocent person then sign up for this type of pain. It'd be the train of thought for me. They say practice makes perfect. Imagine a mother and father telling their baby that. Becoming their best self vision of themselves because they saw that, hold on one second, my baby truly had potential. Don't ever let the world discourage you. Regardless who try to size you up to make you feel like you're supposed to be bent out of shape, we ain't trying to catch your case. Always know that I got your back, regardless if I'm around or not. At the end of the day, they would never understand the tools that I endure within you to become your best self vision of yourself. Always know that you are worthy. I'm always rooting you on. Don't ever let someone discourage you. They gonna laugh at your pain, but understand your reality. You are truly worthy. How a mother and father can actually love their child. To show them that, hold on one second. The right people, when they show up for you, they ain't got ill intentions. They ain't gonna have that hate and jealousy, envy within them. Imagine teaching your child to love themselves, to know that they are worthy, overcoming storms. They will never understand how strong you truly are mentally. It started with self-worth. Patience and time and day wasn't an excuse because you wasn't trying to hurt yourself. They try to shortchange you your blessings because you was willing to choose you. Your moms and your pops said that you could become your best self vision of yourself. You decide to start something new. a journey choosing you not to overlook you. How God was giving you the guidance when it came to balance, acknowledging yourself when it comes to your worth. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand why you didn't give up on you. You kept trying, got better with time and day. Your moms and your pops actually rooting you on. Only was to hold on 1 second. Your life would never be the same. How this type of stuff actually happens. How a mother and father could be so supportive of a child. Because you know with certain folks that do have children, they really don't care about them, let alone show up for them. And certain folks would never understand how. But their moms and pops is always there. For the little lead to big lead. And I say this respectfully. Actually leading the better days ahead. They biggest cheerleader up close in person behind closed doors. The energy is different even on their sick days. Even on their sick days. Only for their life to turn around. Things will never be the same ever again. And everybody would never understand why. How? They got all these questions. You know the whys that we learned in school? But those alphabets and stuff gets overlooked. And I say that respectfully. You know, it's the common sense area. You think that someone would have self-control regardless of their upbringing. But folks was out here doing somebody wrong. How someone was going from point A to Z. And things got out of hand real quick. Made someone truly uncomfortable. Now they truly had to go within. Our moms and pops was grieving over their baby today. Only because their life would never be the same ever again. They just made their first birthday cake. They just had their last birthday. Who would have knew? You just got your last hug from the love of your life. Only to us like, damn. They would never be by your side. That's what you fully think. You know, when you lose a loved one, I don't mean no disrespect. We live in a spiritual world and they're always by your side. Allow us to pray to go within. Certain folks say you crazy, but they're not going to reject you because they truly hear you. They're actually rooting you on from the other side. They don't want you to cry, only if you knew. They actually want you to get the person who took them down. You know that criminal? They probably may lead you to the criminal when you least expect it because they're going to show you your point of view. Like, hold on 1 second, get justice for me. Get justice for me because I would do it for you. Because, you know, some children wouldn't do that for theirs. You know, their loved ones. And some parents won't even go a mile in a stone to actually see if their child's okay if they ate today. Or see, hold on 1 second, let me get justice for my baby. Not every parent that has a child is actually a parent. Certain folks would never understand how. They have all the whys or whatever the case may be. How can you just overlook your child? They look just like you. Certain folks would never understand certain folks' point of view. And especially a real mother or father that's actually there every single day, regardless of what they're going through, mentally, physically, emotionally. They're actually sick within. And certain folks will never understand how truly mentally strong they are to understand balance. To hold on 1 second, I'm just trying to hold on. I'm happy to still be there for my baby. I ain't trying to shortchange, but I don't know what kind of conversations you be having within, but hold on 1 second. I would never be battling that type of pain to hurt my baby, regardless of my upbringing. In regards to what I was endured, I wasn't trying to project it on my child because I was trying to protect their mental health so they won't go through what I've been through. Self-destruction, that energy is different. Elevation. I want to understand that, hold on 1 second. I'm not in competition with my baby. I want my baby not to be in a mindset of hating me. Because everybody's mindset is different when you least expect it. Wow. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to having a parent in their life. It's some people that didn't have a mother or father. It's some people that truly had to fend for themselves and they wasn't doing it for likes of your cloud chasing. You would never understand a hungry stomach. You would never understand that child, how they felt going to school, being bullied in the most toxic way. Folks got them feeling like they supposed to be bent out of shape, becoming their worst enemy. But they wasn't out here hurting people. It's like about their free will. We all don't operate the same. Someone could have came from a most unhealthiest household, but they grew up to become somebody and they still be patient with time to they become the best soul vision of themselves to understand I am worthy. I brought a child into this world not to hurt them. I brought a child into this world to protect them. Everybody don't have that same mental health when it comes to hold on 1 second. I got my baby. I got my baby back. I ain't trying to dim your light. I got my baby back. I ain't trying to dim my light. You know, I ain't trying to dim that light. I'm not trying to dim my light. I'm trying to understand my reality while my day's getting bright. I want better days ahead. I'm trying every single day to better myself. Even days when I'm struggling to love myself. I got depression, anxiety, PTSD. Certain folks will never understand I'm wearing a weird mask. I'm wearing a mask so well. There's certain wounds that's endured me I never still healed. But hold on one second, I still knew how to smile. To go within, they would never understand. Poverty and pain truly made me. The energy is different, wasn't competition because I was never competing. I wasn't out here playing with spoken in a toxic way. I wasn't out here destiny swiping energy, harvesting on folks' energy. I wasn't out here gang stalking folks. I wasn't out here having the mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy within me. I wasn't out here having the mindset saying somebody I don't like them, so I rather want to beat their ass. Nah, I knew how to stay in my lane. Even before my child came into this world, regardless if I was wild or not, I didn't have the mindset of having those type of mindsets. It's like it's about the free will. But who would have knew that your child walked into your life to calm you down for all the right reasons, and you got your life together, but you're still being patient with time and day to understand the rhythm. It'd be the train of thought for me. The love that you grew for your baby, they would never understand how you stand before yourself today. You someone's superhero. And when you hear those words that come out your child's mouth, it makes you feel like, hold on one second. I'm on a different type of level. I don't even feel like I'm in existence right now because the words that's coming out of my baby's mouth, they actually look up to me like a role model. Even when I'm struggling, good days, bad days, misunderstanding days, damn, the tears was truly coming down your face in private conversations that, hold on one second, I gotta hold me down so I could be there for my baby to see them smile. I want to be here as long as they are able to see me on this earth. And I want them to know at the end of the day, I made it. They would never know how. Even days when you had them depression mindsets, you almost got lost in your words. Certain folks will never understand your intuition. It was days you wanted to tap out. It's those private conversations that was truly real had you truly bugged out. Even if you try to express yourself to somebody, they gonna be like, you probably the straight body second girl, homeboy. No, for real. But keeping it real with self, still being patient with time. One thing you wasn't trying to lose was you another day because someone truly looked up to you. Who would have knew that that person would have been calling you mom or dad? It'd be the train of thought for me. You know, just because you have a title of being a parent or you brought a child into this world, not everybody levels up to those titles. It's people that don't care about their children. It's people that don't even check on their children. It's people that manipulate their children because of situations that they put their children in. And I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form. Because I know some parents that been through trials and tribulations with their children, but they still make sure their child is okay. They still make sure they show up for their child. They don't put it as to, well, I'm showing up for other children, but I'm not going to show up for you. They're not picking and choosing when they're going to be a parent to somebody. When you're a full-time parent all around on the clock, regardless of if you got 6 kids, 10 kids, 20 kids, you put it in your goddamn book. I don't know what's wrong with you folks, but goddamn, one should be a goddamn no. But it's not trying to go for me. But each his own. It's a gift to bring a blessing into this world and to protect their mental health. And especially when a child then asks for the trauma and pain. And especially what you experience as a child or what you experience as you're in adulthood, what you don't want to be projected on your child. It should be no reason why your child is going from point A to Z and you have to worry about your neighbor sizing your child up, psyching your child their free will. Or being that we live in a spiritual world, you know, people have the mindset and they don't care. They will project spirit towards your child. And now you're trying to figure out what's going on with your baby in your household. And you're trying to figure out the fact that I'm not trying to allow any distractions stop me from loving my child. That energy is different. Because the enemy will try to test you. The enemy will try to manipulate you. The enemy will try to make you feel like you're supposed to be discouraged. The enemy will try to make you feel like you're not supposed to love yourself. Because of the fact that someone has hidden motives against you. And they don't like the fact that you was able to conceive and carry a child for all that time frame. Or you was able to hold down a household regardless to what your situation is. Because people get jealous of that type of stuff. They get jealous because you could probably just have your last little $20, your last little couple little bit of change in your pocket. And they're like, how? How you still smiling? How you still above water? Like, why are you not drowning? Why are you not depressed? Because someone has a mindset of being depressed. Someone has the mindset of being themselves with their own words, and they project it on other people and feel like everybody's going through the same thing. It's just like this. You may be going through depression and you have a household of children. You're not an addict. You may smoke a little trees here and there. Okay. You may have a drink occasionally. But someone who does it consistently, they will assume that you do the same thing as well because you have so many children. Everybody's mindset is not the same. Everybody's mental health is not the same. It's certain people that put certain people before their children or habits before their children, but you don't do that. You make sure that your household is good before you do anything. Even if your child is not in your household, you still make sure that, hey, I'm still going above and beyond for mine because that's my baby. And I'd rather my child come to me than ask the world for the world to go against my child. I'd rather protect my child's mental health instead of my child reaching out for help for people to kick them down, to talk about their free will, or I can avoid a conversation my child's having with outside world, and someone's projecting jealousy and hate and envy towards my baby. You know, some people have that mindset. Everybody don't have that mindset. Regardless if your child's in your household or not, there's people that still go above and beyond for their child when they're not in the household. And some people have a mindset as to, well, you're at a certain age in your life, go on, have a good life. Or I'm not checking for you no more. It happens. It does. And my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's not. Loving yourself is not a crime. And healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. Everybody's vocabulary is not the same when it comes to balance and acknowledging their children. Everybody's balance when it comes to self-love is not the same when it comes to showing up for themselves. Because someone who loves themselves doesn't have the mindset of having jealousy and hate within them to project it on someone that they don't know, or they hear he say, she say conversations about somebody. You're not going to put yourself in a situation where now you're into something and you're trying to get yourself out of a situation when someone is now plotting up against an innocent person to psych them out their free will, their mental health, or whatever the case may be. You're like, hold on 1 second, baby. I ain't signed up for this shit. No. I did not sign up for this. All right, I did not sign up for this. It be the train of thought for me. You didn't. Because jealousy and envy is real. And someone will put you into a situation when you least expect it, and now you're rejecting yourself. Now you got to protect your mental health. Now you got to walk away and realize that, hold on 1 second, you mean to tell me that misery loves company for real? And the company that I had around me wasn't truly for me, because they have more than a motive. They out here saying people they free will because they don't like the fact that someone has confidence. They don't like the fact that someone can choose themselves regardless of their situation. Someone knows how to mind their business. Someone knows how to love themselves. Someone knows how to heal. You may have certain insecurities within you that you may not display, but you wouldn't sit there and have the mindset of saying, you know what, I'm going to psych my neighbor out their free will. Because why? You have a household that you're raising. You have a household that you're protecting. You have a household that you love. And you don't want your children or whoever is in your household to miss out on you, because you was the blessing to them. And because of you don't want to be projected at your lack of self-control to be projected on your household, you're not trying to allow them to lose you another day. Everybody doesn't have the same mindset. And even if you're dealing with insecurity problems or whatever the case may be, I truly hope that you truly heal and find peace within. And I say that respectfully. But it's not right to have the mindset, regardless if you have insecurity problems or not, regardless if you have the mindset of having envious and hate mindset towards somebody, it should be no reason why you out here projecting a mindset of psyching someone their free will, because you lack self-control. You lack self-discipline, regardless to how old you are, and I say that respectfully. It doesn't matter about your upbringing, because once you start having children, it's supposed to kick in already that, hold on 1 second, I don't want this to be projected on my baby. I don't want society to do this to my child. It should never have to wait until it happens into your household for you to realize that, hold on 1 second, I did not sign up for this conversation. I didn't. Uh, yeah, I don't got time for this negative energy. I don't know what y'all got going on, but y'all crazy, some motherfuckers. I don't got time for this. Because it happens. When you don't know somebody, they will put you in a situation, you reevaluate your train of thought, saying to yourself is, I thought I was losing me only to find me. I thought I didn't know how to love me, but I'm allowing me to show me that I am worthy of understanding. I'm worthy of another day. And I'm worthy of being patient with time and day so I can encourage my children to love themselves as well. Even days when I'm not at my best, I'm willing to understand that I'm willing to sacrifice those moments and learn how to love me. So when my children look at me, they don't look at a vision of me being somebody I don't want them to see. It be the train of thought for me. Everybody's not perfect. But when you're raising children at the end of the day, they are a reflection of you. And you can't always wear that mask all the time. But you got to keep it real within. Having that jealousy and hate, envy mindset within you is unhealthy. You should want to love you more than having that mindset or overpowering you and you becoming your worst enemy. My content is not for everyone. And it's so disgusting to see how, regardless if you're a parent or not, how people have the mindset of energy harvesting on people's energy, trying to destiny swipe at people, gang stalking somebody, hacking people's devices, because certain folks lack self-control. They got insecurity problems. They have problems from their childhood. It went into their adulthood. They don't know how to have self-control when it comes to certain things in their life. But that does not need to impact an innocent person's life. That person is not trying to hurt you. They're not putting their hands on you. They're not hurting themselves. And don't make an assumption that someone is talking about you. And I say that respectfully, because once you make an assumption, now you making yourself look like a total ass. And I say that respectfully. When someone didn't have that mindset towards you, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, or now you have the mindset of trying to ruin someone's reputation. Now you have the mindset of kicking someone down. Why? Because you lack self-control, you lack self-discipline. You have jealousy and envy within you, but you wear your mask really well because you're miserable. And then people have the mindset as to now they want to psych some of their free will, because it doesn't matter about someone's tax bracket. Because nowadays, you don't got to have as much as the next person nowadays for someone to psych at your free will. You can be more gifted or talented or more spiritual than someone, and someone wants to psych at your free will. Or someone will manipulate the old past soul vision of you to psych at your free will. Someone doesn't want you to be in a healthy relationship, so someone will psych at your free will. Someone will manipulate a situation so certain folks won't see you in a certain light. How this type of stuff actually happens, because someone is so miserable within. Someone feels like, okay, well, if you're gonna love somebody how I'm supposed to be, how I was supposed to be loved, then I don't want you to love nobody at all if I can't be with you. Or if I can't spend your money the way you used to cater to me, then no, nobody's going to be able to have anything that you get. How people have this mindset. They do. And they have so much envy and hate within them. And they rather ruin someone's reputation behind it. And then they talk about, oh, God this, God that, God this, God that. Everybody want to talk about God all of a sudden. But we all do not pray the same good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you're going up against a real child of God. God sees everything. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. If someone is able to blackmail you and they have malicious intentions towards you, and it has to take a group of people to go up against one person, if they did it the first time, and they did it the second time, and they did it the third time, and they did it the 10th time, they're going to continue to do it because they want you to live in fear. It's one thing when you start to change your life and actions speak louder than words. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's a train of thought for me. Leave innocent people alone. Gang stalking is really real. It really is. And especially when someone is not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. They're not. It's some people that try to speak up for themselves, and certain folks kick them down. They don't want certain folks to see their truth. Or certain folks will manipulate someone's character traits because of the fact that someone's actually being real. Or they will pay certain individuals to kick somebody down. How this type of stuff actually happens. And it's not right. It's certain individuals that don't have a voice behind gang stalking. It's certain people that don't have a voice behind hate crime. They're scared. Hate crime is real. Violence is real. It should be no reason, regardless to what community someone goes in, that someone shouldn't be comfortable going from point A to Z, with someone not gang stalking them, or with someone not having the mindset of having malicious intentions towards an innocent person. It shouldn't be no reason why someone should have that type of mindset towards an innocent person. Stop the violence. I may not make sense to you, and that's okay because I'm not for you. It should be no reason why someone leaves out of their loved one's household and was just going down the street, literally down the street. And before going down the street, they decided to stop and get pizza. And before they stopped and got pizza, they went into another store to get something to drink. And before going to get something to drink, they took a breath to analyze life. And as they analyzed life, someone decided to shortchange them of their mental health, of their growth, of their maturity, of their loved ones, of someone protecting them. Because someone lacks self-control. I'm not in competition with anybody, and I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to live in fear, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless of their culture, their religion, their sexual orientation, their disability, or age. I was never in competition with nobody when it came to my spirituality. I don't turn my spirituality radar on every minute, every second. Because I'd rather someone give me the benefit of the doubt. Show me who you are, and I understand at the end of the day, you're not for me. But what you're not going to continue to do is blackmail somebody with them being themselves. That's starting to happen a lot. How people use someone's situation and you blackmail them from them being themselves to go up against them. And they never have malicious intentions, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Loving yourself is not a crime. And never allow someone to make you feel that you're wrong for choosing you when they say that you don't have potential. Respects up, hates down, respects up, hates down. I know how to respect my neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, stay in my lane, hold on 1 second. I was never in competition, was never competing. Hold on 1 second, you chose your blessing, not to overlook you. I chose me, not to dim my light. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. I don't worship the devil, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Overcoming that storm, they would never understand. Hold on 1 second, God showed you balance when it came to time and day. Regardless if you don't pray the same as your neighbor, it's called stay in your lane. You know, it's chicks that say, I'm not a girls, I'm not a dudes, or I don't like this community, I don't like that community, or whatever the case may be. Okay, that's cute. Nice. Stay in your lane. It's no reason to psych someone out their free will because you lack self-control, or you want people to respect you because you want people to respect you because you was able to control the narrative of the conversation. You was able to control the narrative of someone else's life to get them locked up, put them in a psych board. Trying to control someone's finances because you don't want someone elevating faster than you. You don't want someone to have healthy love. You don't want someone to have a family. You don't want someone to have this. You don't want someone to have that. You don't want someone to see someone's authenticity. Something that you can't relate to was truly gone within. That was truly your issue, actually loving yourself. You know, creativity starts within. If you was so focused on someone else's train of thought at the end of the day, you would truly go within. How someone actually respects you on the days you couldn't see, but you decide, hold on 1 second, had this hate and animosity. How this type of stuff actually happens. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. She mighty where they don't dim your light. Go you neighbor, don't dim your light. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. So don't get discouraged because someone lacks self-control or someone has confidence issues and they projected it on you. And you don't have to do anything to your neighbor besides be yourself. They didn't like the sight of the day looking at you. They didn't like the fact they heard your voice every single day. They didn't like the fact that you actually was still breathing. But that sounds like a personal problem. That wasn't a you problem. The energy is different. You didn't have to hurt yourself or hurt your neighbor. And I say this respectfully. You're not a snitch when you speak up for yourself. I'm tired of people using this as a vocabulary at the end of the day. Oh, you call the cops, It's kind of funny how folks say that, right? So you rather someone not speak up for themselves, and then if something tragically just happens, now authorities is on the scene. It'd be the train of thought for me. So that person's still a snitch then? Because now authorities is over their body. So now you laughing at, hold on 1 second, that person wasn't trying to hurt nobody. But you're so glad that someone said them at their free will when it comes to their conscience, hold on 1 second, because someone actually understood that, hold on 1 second, they like was truly worthy. But you lack self-control when it came to discipline. Talking about you truly real, but nothing was real about you. Now you trying to raise a baby in the world. And now you saying, hold on 1 second, I hope nobody hurts my baby. Now you asking for God to guide you to better days ahead. Only to realize that, hold on 1 second, you projected your own pain when it came to your mental health. We ain't the same. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. You're not wrong for speaking up for yourself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless to how old you are. It's one thing when you respect your neighbor with no malicious intentions. You're not out here psyching folks with their free will. You're not out here gathering up groups of people in different communities to go up against individuals. You're not looking at your neighbor like competition. When you fall from a hater, they will understand your existence. Everybody's not supposed to part of your journey, but you know overlook you because you understood that you were willing to choose you. When folks try to shortchange you, because you believed in your faith, it wasn't a mistake. Thanking God every single day, hold on 1 second. Regardless if you get lost in your words or you have a speech problem, do not give up on you. You are loved and respected by all the right people. You may not know how to express yourself to certain individuals, but your voice does matter. And it matters in the right community that is truly for you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They're not going to sit here and try to blackmail you with you being your authentic self because you spoke up for yourself. They may not see people coming around you. They may not see certain things going on with you, whatever the case may be. But don't live in fear. And never allow the enemy to make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you because they decided to overlook you. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I understood the weather was changed. I understood the stand, hold on 1 second, before myself today. Understanding my worth, they wasn't rooting for me, but I was my biggest cheerleader when they truly overlooked me. I didn't have to understand your rhythm, but I knew how to respect my neighbor to stay in my lane. You were so exhausted, so discouraged, not motivated, the lack of confidence when it came to your mental health. You try to project a mindset that I was supposed to be like you, but only realized we didn't understand the same shoes. We didn't understand the same shoes. Regardless if I don't understand you, you don't understand me, I still know how to respect you. I may not understand or agree with things that you do, but I would never sit here and want to psych you at your free will. We all don't operate the same. And I say this respectfully. Regardless to someone's tax bracket, it should be no reason why somebody has the mindset of wanting to psych some out their free will. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. It's so disgusting to see how people put people in competition because someone's more spiritual. Someone is truly gifted. Someone is truly blessed. Someone is truly favored. And because certain gifts wasn't endowed within you, you want to strip somebody from their life. so they won't understand their own existence. How this type of stuff actually happens. Someone taught someone how to cook from a young child point of view, right? And that person became the best cook in the household. It was somebody that came from a different household who didn't have those type of tools, but they showed themselves and they became the best household cook in their household. It's people that don't know how to cook. It's people that have the mindset, regardless to what's going on, knowing how to cook or don't know how to cook. Someone taught them or didn't teach them. Everybody does not have the jealous and envy, hate, or mindset. Just because someone didn't teach you, you don't put yourself in competition to sex with their free will because someone was willing to learn. You don't put yourself in competition with somebody who someone actually showed them how to cook. You don't sit there and try to take them on their free will because you lack self-control, you have self-esteem issues, you have low confidence, or whatever the case may be. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. Oh, you think you're better than somebody, but that was never the case. Someone knows how to clean, regardless if they was brought up, someone showing them. How someone that did get taught compared to someone that didn't get taught, someone will still have the mindset of having jealousy and hate and envy towards that person because someone is still well kept, regardless of their tax bracket, in regards to their living situation. How this type of stuff actually happens. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Jealousy and hate and envy is so disgusting. There's nothing cute or attractive about it. It's too many innocent people losing their lives because of it. It's nothing funny about someone losing a loved one because someone ties their shoe differently. It's nothing funny or attractive about that someone just lost a loved one because someone decided to drink a different type of beverage than someone else. And someone was jealous because they may not be able to intake that drink and have it go down their digestive system properly because they may be allergic or something. How this type of stuff actually happens. Someone has a mother in the household and a father in the household, or someone doesn't. And either way the situation it could be, someone doesn't have to have a two-family household for someone to have hate and jealousy towards somebody. Because someone can come from a household and it was probably just only one parent, and someone will still be jealous and envious of that person. Or someone had to grow up fast and still be jealous and envy of someone's trauma and pain and struggle. And how people be in competition with people's trauma and pain. That's the most disgustingest thing I ever saw in my life. Oh, I wish I had their trauma and pain. You wouldn't be able to walk a day in their shoes to understand why they gained. They gained self-confidence. They gained self-love. You know how many times they almost gave up on life itself? There's so many people with walks of life that is so different. And it wasn't easy. Just because they carry themselves in a certain kind of way, and they're not out here playing with sport in a toxic way. They're not out here sucking people they free with. They're not out here gang stalking people. They're not out here projecting sport in a toxic way or energy harvesting people's energy. They're not out here destiny swiping nobody. They're not out here gang stalking nobody or hacking people's devices. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and one thing they don't do is run from their past. You don't understand why they stand before they self today as the man and woman that they're trying to become. They're trying to better themselves when it comes to their situation. And they're not trying to shortchange their neighbor out of their blessing because they are the blessing that gives to themselves. Maybe the train of thought for me. How people would truly be jealous and envious because you endured trauma and pain at a young point of view, at a child point of view. It was people that was supposed to protect you and love you. They didn't wipe your tears. They didn't hug you. They didn't show you love that you needed. They didn't. Everybody's walk of life is not the same. It's not. And you wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Because if you was able to pick the people that you wanted to show up for you and be there for you, you would feel like your story would have went a whole lot different when it came to your life. Because the people that's in your life right now that say, hey, I choose you every single day. I love you every single day. I'm showing up for you every single day. If you would have heard those words then, it would have truly made you feel love. It wouldn't have had those gaps that you had to go within as an adult or as a child that you are to heal whatever trauma and pain. Because so you never heard I love you. You never heard I got your back. You never heard it's going to be okay. You never heard the emotional side as to what is trauma and pain. You just had to deal with it. It didn't do it within you. And certain folks will never understand how you honestly exist. And especially when you sit there and tell them what you've been through. It was days that you didn't have food in your fridge. It was days where you had only maybe a couple of coins in your pocket from going from point A to Z. And you was never doing it for likes and views because it was truly your reality. It was your reality. That motivation became your biggest cheerleader. It's days you like, dang, how do I even stand before myself today? I'm not perfect, but I was willing to change. I'm not perfect, but I'm thankful I found balance to acknowledge my soul when it comes to my worth. I understood even exchange. Some people don't believe in God. And we all don't pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor, regardless of your pain. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't look at my neighbor like competition. I don't have that mindset of having hate within my vein. Because it's not attractive at all. There's nothing cute about it at all. It's not. My content is not for everybody. I'm about to wrap this video up. Today is currently May 14th, 2025. When it comes to my creativity, I don't work with anybody when it comes to my ideas, and I never did, and I say that respectfully. I get my creativity from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God, when it comes to all my creativity, and I always did. And one thing I don't have to do is lie at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. Regardless to who tries to blackmail me, regardless to who pays who this money, or whatever the case may be, God sees everything. And I do not work with anyone. I work alone. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone says that you don't have potential. And another thing, when it comes to the spiritual world, and I say this respectfully, yeah, we want a 3D, but we still live in the spiritual world. Don't compare your gifts to somebody else. To have the mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy towards you. You don't like the fact that someone is more gifted than you. If someone is more talented than you. The hate and that jealousy, envy mindset is disgusting. So now what happens is, you say, oh, you spiritual, huh? Oh yeah, you keep talking about it, huh? So now you're in the background, whipping something up, doing witchcraft, voodoo, dark magic, black magic, or whatever the case may be, whatever toxic spell work you projecting on an innocent person. Now you want to test somebody's gangster. So you keep testing them, and you keep projecting spell work on someone to try to dim somebody's light. Try to make someone become their own worst enemy. So you can control the narrative of someone's life. How this type of stuff actually happens. It'd be the train of thought for me. Like, people use their gifts for good, and then you got some people who use their gifts for bad. I am not a witch, and I've never been a witch. And I say that respectfully. I'm a child of God. And I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You can call me whatever name you want to call me in the book. But one thing I never had to do to you is have malicious intentions. One thing I didn't have to do to you is psych at your free will. And one thing I don't do is run from my past. Regardless, they try to blackmail me, try to dim my light. At the end of the day, I'm still standing before myself today. They acknowledge my worth. I truly am worthy. Regardless to what storm I overcame, I understood at home 1 second I was worthy of choosing myself to understand the pain. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You know, with time and change and growth, practice makes perfect. When you choose yourself, And never get discouraged because someone looks at you like competition when you was never competing. And don't ever allow anybody to project fear in you when they try to go up against you with spell work. It be the train of thought for me. How that gang stalking is really real. How folks would dibble dabble in spell work. And they saying it's working, right? They on their way to the elevator. They on their way outside right now. They on their way to the garbage. Yeah, you see it's working. I told you it's working. Why somebody can't just go take out the garbage? Why can't someone just go outside and get a fresh air? Why someone can't just go and say hello to their neighbor? Why someone can't just go and just mind their business without you assuming that your spill work is actually working? It be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff happens at the end of the day. And it's disgusting to see how men manipulate the mindset of using spell work on women. It's so disgusting, but you call yourself a man. Ain't nothing manly about you. And I say that respectfully. Because you wouldn't want, regardless of who culture or religion it is, you wouldn't want the next man in another culture to project that on any of your woman in your culture or someone that you love and care. You wouldn't want them to do that. So why would you do it to someone else? It'd be the train of thought for me how certain individuals will put people in competition. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be with men, but it's more disgusting to see how men do this. How you use your gifts for all the wrong reasons. And then you sit there and say, see, I told you it's working. See, I told you it's working. Someone just started their day. They just wanted to go outside. Someone decided to do this. Someone decided to do that. Or whatever the case may be. But then, when you say it's really working, it was negative things that you projected on somebody. And God saw what you did. When you did sex magic towards somebody. When you energy harvest off someone's energy. When you even tried to destiny swipe with somebody. God saw everything. And you sat there and said, you know what? Because this person keep talking about their spirituality shit. And they keep talking about God. God ain't real. Because people do this. Say, it's funny, here's a joke. Hold on 1 second. It's funny, here's a joke. God ain't real. But God was truly keeping it real. God was truly protecting his child. Her child, that energy is different. You would never understand how they smile. You try to then make like to discourage them. It took a group of people to go up against one person with your hidden agendas. Then when they speak up for themselves, hold on 1 second, they dead ass wrong. Now you want to call them a snitch. How this type of stuff actually happens. I'm not into your love respect. It's sad and disgusting to see that people use their gifts for the wrong. And then have the mindset of having jealousy and envy and hate towards somebody. Projecting the spell work on top of it. Like, what's the point of doing that? You're using the gifts for all the wrong reasons when you can use your gifts for yourself. Or because you're not as advanced as somebody else, so now you got energy harvest off their energy so you can gain off of them. It'd be the train of thought for me. Instead of you actually loving yourself and staying in your lane, you wouldn't project your own pain. And you wouldn't have to worry about someone speaking up for themselves because you didn't understand self-control. I don't understand this. Now you're calling them a snitch because you decide to bother them. Make it make sense, ma'am, sir. You bothered somebody, now they're speaking up for themselves, now they're a snitch. But if you wasn't bothering them from the first place, they wouldn't be having that conversation. And then my thing is too, nobody ever said your name. So you put yourself in someone else's conversation, and then you told on yourself, and not only did you tell on yourself, but God saw what you was doing out on top of it, but it'd be the train of thought for me. I can't stand that BITCH. Okay, and why would you project the spell work on them for? And from the beginning, why was you projecting spell work on someone from the beginning? Why did it have to take a group of people to go up against one person? And then when they speak up for themselves, now they're dead ass wrong. Now they're a snitch. Not everybody got this person's mouth in their name, and you disrespecting them. Oh, you a cop caller. You this, you that, you this, you that. But you started with someone first. You started with them first. They wasn't trying to hurt themselves. They wasn't trying to hurt you. They was in their own lane. They never threatened your life. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. But you decided to blackmail them of them being their authentic self. And you made an assumption that someone was talking about you when someone was never saying anything about you. Someone's in their own environment. Mind their business. It's so many people that's dealing with trauma and pain. It's so many people that has pimples on their face. It's so many people that deal with so many alcoholism problems, addiction problems. It's so many people that don't know how to cook. It's so many people that have so many different character traits that people go through every single day. That doesn't mean that someone was talking about you, or you. You assumed. Someone didn't have to say your name or say it was your door for you to make an assumption that someone was talking about you. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. And now, because someone spoke up for themselves, because you decided to blackmail them, now you want to get them locked up. Now you want to put them in a sideboard. Now you listen to someone that had envious intentions towards someone from gate, and using them to go up against somebody to have them robbed, to have them take their free will, so y'all can cover up the crime. How this type of stuff is happening, like, and then when an innocent person speaks up for themselves, now you want to call them a snitch because they're protecting their mental health. They're protecting themselves because ain't nobody else going to protect you like you. You blackmailed them. So because you blackmailed them, now you calling them a snitch. So you mean to tell me that y'all was going to continue going on with the narrative that this person was like this and this person was like that towards the community at the end of the day? And make someone look like they were slow, stupid, and retarded this whole entire time? You know how this type of stuff actually happens to individuals that get gang stalked and that is dealing with spiritual warfare every single day? And they can't speak up for themselves because they live in fear, because they're scared for someone to stop their finances. They're scared for someone to do this. They're scared for someone to put them in a psych board. They're scared for someone, they're scared. How certain individuals, what they would do is they will use certain individuals' family members against them. They will use certain societies when it comes to tax brackets, reality, to go against somebody. It'd be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. And that innocent person wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. You said it out of your own mouth. Nobody's going to believe you. Because why? You're going to make sure your community goes up against that person. That's what you said out of your mouth. And never, not one time that that person had to lie on you. Someone is trying to manipulate somebody with old text messages when they not even in that person's life no more. Someone is trying to use this to plot against somebody. Oh, we're going to use this to go up against them. You see what they said? You see what they said? We can set them to the freeway. Ain't nobody going to believe us anyway. We got evidence. How this type of stuff actually happens. But you know, God works in mysterious ways. When God shows somebody the devil, let alone the enemy, and God removes somebody out of somebody's life for all the right reasons, God is protecting them for all the right reasons because God gave them the strength to have the voice that they have. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Certain people don't believe that God is real. But God is real. And if God wasn't real, that person would not be standing before themselves today as the woman or man that they are when it comes to strength. And that they was their biggest cheerleader because God was rooting them on. God was guiding them. You're like, how did you know this? How did you know that? How did you know that? How did you know this? God. All those private conversations you was having behind closed doors, you didn't think that God did not see you not one time? Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age, God saw you. If God did not see you, it wouldn't have happened. The person would have been so blindsided to the situation. Even when you try to poison their food or their drink or whatever the case may be. Or you send attacks towards them. God was protecting that child of God for all the right reasons. Didn't matter their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or their age. My content is not for everyone. And I see that people pick and choose when you talk like this, who they want to get locked up, who they want to put in the psych board. There's so many other individuals that talk just like this. But when someone sees that you're authentic and you're not wearing a mask and you have a light within you, or you just know how to be yourself, you know, the authenticity, it bothers certain people train to throw when it comes to their mental health. Because certain people don't know how to be their self. And because certain individuals don't know how to be their self, they have to gather up in groups just to take down one person. The disrespect was loud. Try to shadow ban somebody when it comes to their existence, regardless if they're on the internet or not. Regardless of what community someone was in. How this type of stuff actually happens. Having someone under surveillance, and then when someone speaks up for themselves, no, they're crazy. Nah, this is not happening. They're bugging. They're this, they're that. You got all so much to say about them. And then you try to use their past against them. You know, it's a lot of people, mothers and fathers, in regards to how old someone is, that deals with depression, that deals with anxiety, PTSD, every single day. We're not picking and choosing who we're going to put in the psych board. We're not picking and choosing who's going to get locked up because they're having a bad day. They're not hurting themselves and they're not hurting others. And it's so sad and disgusting to see how it takes a whole community just to take down one person, just to blackmail them. And then certain people be like, hey, well, I'm going to act like I'm investing this person's time and day. I'm going to act like I'm here for them. Just to trauma bond them, to get them, put them in a psych board. I'm going to play them close to act like I'm here for them just to get them locked up. I'm going to act like I'm here for them. I'm going to act like I'm here for them. I'm here for them. To psych them out their heritage. Ain't nobody going to believe them anyway. We got our community. We're going to go up against them. We've been doing this since day one. We did it to the last person, remember? That's what they saying. You know, because the last person that y'all took out, you set them at the free will. They're not able to tell their story. You know, the last woman that you took out, she's not able to tell her story. And y'all got people in different departments and in the healthcare department that are able to cover up certain things. Y'all pay people in different areas to cover up things. One thing I'm not going to do is live in fear because I'm not scared. But this type of stuff actually happens. And it doesn't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. How it takes a whole community to go up against one person. Every community is truly not like this. They're not. But when you got nurses and then you got certain doctors and certain lawyers or whatever the case may be, hey, let's be on the same page. Ain't nobody gonna believe them anyway. What we got on them? Hold on 1 second. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What we can do to you today? What we can do for you today? Who gang stalking today? All right, let me know when they go to the store. All right, let me know when they go to the laundry, man. What they wearing today? Matter of fact, send me a picture. Everybody in the neighborhood got the picture of the person now. Just that fast. So now when someone goes into a grocery store, so when someone goes into the dentist's office, so when someone goes into a food shop or whatever the case may be, a restaurant, everybody knows who this person is. They waiting for someone to get money. They waiting for someone to pass out. They waiting for someone to see, is the food poisoning working yet? Let me know. Because it's been over a week now, and we did it, and it still ain't working yet. What the fuck going on? No, I ain't saying nothing. Why would you try to do somebody wrong? What's wrong with you people? But this type of stuff actually happens. And when someone speaks up for themselves, the first thing that someone is being labeled is crazy. There's so many people that may have lives been taken in certain communities because people have this mindset. People have the mindset of saying, if you're a man or a woman, they say this. And what makes it so bold that you did it, you said directly to the person, ain't nobody gonna believe you. Nobody's going to believe you. You can speak, you can snitch on me all day long. Ain't nobody gonna believe. We gonna laugh at you. And that's what they did. They laughed at that innocent person the whole entire time. They laughed at that innocent person the whole entire time. Imagine you being that innocent person, and you're going to ask for help, and everybody already knows the situation because they did it to you. So because they did it to you, all they doing is laughing at you because you became the joke of their conversation. How this type of stuff actually happens. It's a lot of people that can't tell their story because their lives were taken because of people with this mindset. Being a cover-up. They covered up crimes and stuff. They said that someone had a heart attack when they never had a heart attack. They died from natural causes, but that never happened. Because they have people in different departments that work in the medical field that's able to cover this type of stuff up. Or just like this, like say if you go to the barbershop, right, and you're going to get a haircut, someone decides to cut you. You know, Why you do that, motherfucker? Why you do that? And you as calm as possible. You know, because sometimes it happens, but when someone does it purposely, and you get a phone call from the doctor's office that you have a bill now. You have a bill. And you haven't been to the doctor in that month. It should be no reason why someone used your blood to find out what's going on with you in your body. That's going against your HIPAA. That's violating your rights as a person. And then God said, you know what? Go back. So you go back the second time, right? And that was the last time that you went there. You go back the second time and you speak up and say, don't cut me. And then the person is being aggressive towards you. As if they're bullying you out of you being you. So that means you was aware of what you did the first time. But when God puts you in certain situations like that, they would never understand it. Hold on one second. You wasn't wrong. And God just showed you why you wasn't wrong. Because when that bill came out, you trying to figure out your train of thought is, I didn't go to the doctor that month. How would I get a bill in my name if I didn't go to the doctor that month? Now you finding out that people that work in a certain community that work in the doctor's office took your blood and tested your blood. They said that you had one thing. Now God healed you, and whatever they said that you had, now they got to figure out what they done did wrong. Because now you got a problem. You said that's that person's blood. But whatever you diagnosed them with, who blood is that? Because this person is healthy. They probably got chronic pain or whatever the case may be, physical pain and stuff. But whatever you try to diagnose them with, that ain't in that baby body. That's not in their body. So who blood is that? How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, when you're a real life child of God, and God sees what folks is doing behind closed doors, certain individuals will never understand that. Hold on one second. So we did all of this, you mean to tell me, just to go up against an innocent person because we decided to listen to he say, she say? Someone said that you walking around the community, you doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that. But when they got your paperwork back, whatever the fuck they was talking about, the math wasn't adding up. And at the end of the day, if they would have asked you, as in a woman or a man, you would have told them. Nah, homie, I don't operate like that. I don't know what the fuck they got going on. That's them. Hello, not me. But this type of stuff that happens when folks want to blackmail you against you. You're good. But someone can actually say, they can manipulate a test and say, no, that's you. How this type of stuff actually happens to individuals. It's a train of thought for me. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And then people see why certain people don't go to the doctors, or you see why people don't trust certain people. It should be no reason why I can't just go to my community barbershop and be comfortable knowing I'm in a chair without being blackmailed or someone projecting spell work towards me because I decided to go into a barber's chair. It should be no reason why. You find out someone is gifted. You find out someone is spiritually gifted more than you. You get into someone's account. You find out you can get into someone's contract records to see their future. And you say to yourself is, I want to shortchange their life. I want to take whatever they got. I want to have that for myself. Matter of fact, that's energy harvest off their energy. Matter of fact, let's try to destiny swipe with them. Matter of fact, let's continue to project spoke on them. Matter of fact, let's make them crazy. We're going to hack the devices. We got everybody in every different department, so we got this. Ain't nobody going to believe them anyway. Fuck them. That's what you said. Nobody's going to believe that innocent person. How the community, you got somebody in this department, someone in that department that works in the community. Hacking someone's devices. And then when someone speaks up for themselves, you have control over the narrative to say, nah, they crazy. But their device wasn't just working for the last year or two when it comes to certain things. But now all of a sudden it's working now. And not only that, the way it was operating, for it to be restored back, you was controlling it on your own from the opposite side. And then when someone got the proof, now you're going to say you want to steal their devices so nobody will believe them. Now you want to say, oh, you got to steal their devices because they know too much. How this type of stuff actually happens. Because you want to control the narrative of someone's life. And because someone knows too much, now you want to psych them out their free will. But if you wasn't bothering them from the beginning, you wouldn't be having this conversation with yourself to regroup to realize, hold on 1 second, I shouldn't have went up against my neighbor. It'd be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff happens. And then the first thing that you want to say is someone is crazy, bipolar, schizophrenic, and all of this stuff. Why? Why would you do that? You wouldn't want someone to do that to your brother or your sister. You wouldn't want someone to do that to someone that you love in your community. But why would you do that to your neighbor? And then you sit there and say that you don't care. Because you said that you don't care, so when this person speaks up, it should be no reason why you're supposed to still have that same mindset that you don't care, right? That's what you say, because you don't care. But then when someone actually walks into the picture that actually cares, and they said that you're wrong. Because why did you do this in the first place? What was the motive? Because this type of stuff actually happens. What was your motive going against an innocent person from the first place? Like, what did they do to you for you to do this to them? And this whole entire time, they didn't do anything to you. Because you had controlling issues, you just didn't like somebody. You didn't like the fact of how someone operated. You didn't like the fact that someone was minding their business. You didn't like the fact that someone was being a self. Someone has potential. Someone is trying to better themselves. You ever told somebody you're trying to better yourself and they didn't understand you? So they wanted to shortchange your life so you won't show up for you to choose you. How this type of stuff actually happens. Never feel wrong for expressing yourself to the wrong person. I say that respectfully. And especially when you don't run from your past. And when you have God in your life, the energy is different. When God closed certain doors in your life, it wasn't to reject you, it was truly protect you. Your past could try to blackmail you all day long. They could continue to try to throw sport at you all day long. They could try to manipulate the situation all day long, but God saw everything. And when God sees everything, it wasn't revenge. Because you didn't sign up for that one-sided conversation that they went against you. Because someone had jealousy and hate within them, envy within them. From the very first time they laid eyes on you. They never liked you. That's why I never understood this, because if I have that mindset, which I would never, I wouldn't want to be around somebody at all. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be around someone at all. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. To have the mindset of being envious towards somebody, to have the mindset of having hate towards somebody, I wouldn't want to be in the same room with you. I would never want to even continue to have a conversation with you if I'm so disgusted by you. Like, I never understood the mental health with certain folks. So, there's a doctor right now that's trying to do the study to figure this shit out because they still confused. What the fuck is wrong with these people? I don't know. What's the point of continuing to be in a relationship with somebody that you hate and that you envy? Like, the math don't add up. Like, you don't realize that again, mental health is a little bit off. Because for you to sit there and try to destroy somebody, it tells a lot about you. That you lack self-control. You lack self-discipline. You have lack of confidence. You do. Because if you didn't, you will love you and understand the opportunity. You could take another chance on your life to put that energy into you and prosper in your own lane. Instead of trying to kick somebody down with pain. Evidently, something is not adding up there mentally for you to have to go through all of these different emotions. I don't like somebody. That's very rarely, but it's a train of thought for me. If I don't like somebody, I'm going to not deal with you at all. Have a good day. There's no need for me to entertain you. Not even a little bit. There's no need to have conversations with you. There's no need for me to fake act like I love you. There's no need for me to fake act like I want to be in your life. None of that. It's no need for it. It's no need for a conversation to prolong longer than what it's supposed to. Now you're in a situation where you're trying to reevaluate your life, saying to yourself is, now this person done snitched on you. Because look what you did. How you getting mad at them because you never liked it from the beginning and you decided to prolong being in their life? No, jackass, the math ain't add up. Something really wrong with you. No, for real, for real. It is. Because how it's not? If you don't like somebody, there's no need to sit there trying to something like free will. There's no need to gather up people to have a hate trail towards somebody, whatever the case may be. It's no point of it. And if for anybody to go up against somebody like that, it tells that you're truly a follower, regardless of how old you are. You're nothing but you're far from a leader when you're supposed to be a leader. And especially when you have children, it's a train of thought for me. Leave innocent people alone. I don't understand this mindset. You're not a girl's girls. You're not a dude's dudes. You don't like this person, or whatever the case may be. It's cool. Stay in your lane. You ain't gotta like somebody, but they're not bothering you. So for you to project the mindset of hurting someone because you just don't like them, you're envious of them, it tells a lot about your mental health. That you're trying to project on an innocent person, then you sit there and call them crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. Hello, the math ain't adding up, you jackass. You disturbing your goddamn peace. No, respectfully, you don't even know how to go with it and understand that. Your train of thought, it be the train of thought for me. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it's truly true. Because us, real people, and I say that respectfully, it's people that actually walk around regardless of their past. They take accountability for their past. To realize at the end of the day, when somebody is not for you, I'm not going to continue to prolong someone being in my life that don't like me, that's trying to hurt me, that's trying to destroy my reputation by being in my life longer than what they're supposed to. Or someone that got control in this and they're trying to control my narrative of my life to project it to the outside world, what I'm not, because they have jealousy and hate and envy within them. Someone sees that you could be authentic, something they can relate to. Because individuals do stuff for likes and views and cloud chasing. We all not the same, and that's okay. But respect is a two-way street. You're not for somebody, just stay in your lane. It should be no reason why hate crime should be a topic. It should be no reason why violence should be a topic. And now someone is mourning the loss of two people. Now you're incarcerated, or you may be 6 feet under, or now someone just lost their life. Because these situations could happen multiple ways. Because you took somebody's life, now someone's going to take yours. And I don't wish death on anybody, but it's a train of thought for me. Because it's people out here that actually love their loved ones, the one that you go against. It doesn't matter if they're blood related or not. That's somebody that actually was loved. And because they was loved, they don't want the fact that you still walking and understand your own existence. How this type of stuff actually happens. Because you was jealous and envy and hate within you. So now someone hates you. And they don't want you to see the brighter day. Because you decide to say, you know what? I don't want you to exist. I can't stand your guts. Why do you always get the spotlight? No, for real. Folks really be having temper tantrums. Or because someone was willing to better themselves, to understand, hold on 1 second, I was truly choosing myself to understand my worth. I was the best. I was the blessing to myself, not to overlook myself. I was truly the gift to go within. I am unique. I am different. I wasn't trying to fit in to catch a case. Energy is different. How this type of stuff actually happens. You're not a snitch for speaking up for yourself. And if someone calls you a snitch, they're not for you. And I say that respectfully. Everybody take care of situations differently. They do. However way you take care of your situations with your folks, that's how you take care of folks in your community. But everybody's community is not the same. And I say that respectfully. Because respect is a two-way street. You don't like somebody, it should be no reason why you're prolonging being in someone's life longer than what you're supposed to. Regardless to what title that person was, regardless to what relationship it was, it should be no reason why you stood in that person's life longer than what it's supposed to be. It should have been no reason why you continue to prolong conversations and trying to butter somebody up and project that lust or act like you was so in love or act like you was truly there for somebody when you truly wasn't. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're wrong for choosing when you walked away. Because God saw everything. I don't wish the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, but I know how to respect my neighbor. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. You might whether don't dim your light. Go you and neighbor, don't dim your light. Have a safe year, day, evening, week. You matter, you're worthy. They gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey, but don't give up on yourself. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. There's nothing funny about someone mourning the loss of their loved one because someone lacked self-control. Someone had jealousy and envy and hate within them. It didn't matter about someone's tax bracket. And I say that respectfully, but someone didn't have to get physical. Someone was in their own lane, understanding that, hold on 1 second. They endured pain. They endured happy days. Something that bothered your mental health. You can understand and even exchange, just to understand self-control, understand self-control to stay in your lane. It'd be the train of thought for me. Always be yourself. You know what? Practice makes perfect. Someone doesn't understand your vocabulary, but you was truly worth it. They didn't see your potential when you wasn't the issue. They put you in competition when you was never competing. They sneak this you, disrespected you out loud. They didn't want you to maintain that smile, but you truly was worthy. Understand another day. I'm Nigel, love respect. Have a good day. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. You might whether don't dim your light, neighbor. You are beautiful and you are handsome. They gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. Don't give up on you, and I say that respectfully. In the right community that's truly for you, they will never overlook you. They will never dim your light, and they damn sure ain't got hate within their vein because we all not the same. Respect is a two-way street. My content ain't for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? You matter, you want no damn your light, go, you neighbor, don't damn your light. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. We may not pray the same when it comes to God, but I know how to respect my neighbor with no malicious intentions. We are all not the same. Don't give up on yourself when it comes to your faith. Have a good day. Have a safe day, week, evening, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. Protect your energy and protect you and your family with no misintentions. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. I do not live in fear, and I'm far from scared. But when my Heavenly Mother and Father guide me to speak up for myself, you would never understand. It was confidence, not cocky. No, it's straight on me. I never thought I was better than nobody, but it's straight on for me. And one thing I don't do is run from my past. We all have the same when it comes to our mental health. When you try to shortchange me, because I wouldn't choose me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God, and I say that respectfully. And I never gave nobody permission to use my life and to make money off of it. I never gave nobody use my creativity to make money off of it, and I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Today is currently May 14th, 2025. Always be yourself and no misintentions. I'm Nia Genuine Love Respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. You're mad and you're worthy. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.